Hello, YouTube. Good morning. It's Trace Face. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for hours. I passed out early this evening. I was exhausted, and then, because I went out for Halloween, and now I've been up for hours. I've got my cats up. They're trying to hang on my curtains. That's what they love to do. Cats. This morning I was thinking about how it's just such an awful experience to be denied the truth. If a person, and I believe that every single person deserves the truth, deserves honesty. And I think that that has to be one of the worst things to ever have to go through with another human being that is lying to you continuously and denying you of your truths. I think that that's horrible. I don't think there's anything much worse than that. The deception, the gaslighting that comes with that, For those of you that don't know that term, it's basically when a person, you might have caught them in their lies, or they'll twist the lie to try to get your brain to believing what they're saying is the truth. So, and these people are, the words don't describe the way in which that's like their skill. Like, if they had a resume, I was thinking about making a narcissist resume, and what it would look like is like their skills are gaslighting, and they lie so easily. They'll look right at you, I've learned a lot of things though about liars and how you can actually tell when someone's lying just by their body language alone. I need to do a video about that. But, I found myself, I don't know if it's just like these divine interventions or just like the Holy Spirit or something trying to talk to me, because I'm not even thinking about things, because I'm really at a point right now that it is what it is. There's no sense in me trying to go back and put pieces together, because it does no good, because, I know that he was a complete master manipulator, pathological, liar. So there's no point in me trying to figure out what did and didn't happen. One of my videos, I talked about how I will never forget one of the things he said in the middle of like an argument, that I was like, I have to leave you because you're just, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand. You don't want to understand. You just want to hold me in this trap, in this cage of your world, of this world you live in. And he was like, and I said it, and I kept saying, like, you've denied me of truths. You don't tell. One of the counselors we had literally said to me, because he was going to meet with him separately and then meet with me and then meet with both of us if he felt that, it was warranted, because I had filed for divorce. This was 3 years ago. And the counselor said, I chose him because he told me his experiences with narcissism and with some of his clients. And he said to me, I'll be able to tell within the first 30 seconds whether or not there's hope for your marriage. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, to the both of us, we had met with him afterward. He did decide to do that. But he said, in order for you to move on, or to start from some type of foundation, you would have to lay everything out on the table, everything that has occurred. And he couldn't do it. he couldn't do it. His next move of the mark of manipulation was to bring me to this church and make me believe that, you know, he was getting saved, that he was having you know, a transformation, and that he wasn't doing these things anymore. That was his next mark to getting me to stay. But he had at one point said, in the middle of an argument, like a year later, after I caught him doing more stuff, he said, if I told you the truth, and I exposed myself, and I to the bitter end, to nothing, he said, I'd have nothing left. And you know what that means? That means it's far worse than I could ever even imagine, to the point where, like, I would be completely disgusted by it, and he'd be so afraid that everybody else would know, and he'd have nothing. His career, his reputation, completely. You see, they're always going to try and get another group, another audience, another place that they can go so they can have their spectacle show, you know, and he's always in the pursuit for that. You know, that's what they'll do. They'll do anything. They'll go to any measures, any lengths to be able to continue living the way that they want to live, like this, and having their lies and their spectacle and their, you know, magician show, smoke and mirrors show. So anyways, I'm noticing that I'm having these triggers, and then I'm remembering certain things, and it's like, and it's all coming to me that toward the bitter end with us, as he was trying to say that he wanted me back, and after how many times I tried to leave him, he, you know, there were all the signs were there that he had been seeing somebody else. All the signs now have come together for me, and it had been going on since we had separated. And again, you know, instead of just being honest and open about it and telling me, they don't want that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you that they've been talking to someone else. That's half the game to them. That's half of what they enjoy, is the being able to get away with things and being able to do whatever it is they want and not have to be accountable or responsible to it. They're always going to be in somebody else's business. They're always going to keep the door open in case, you know, Kim Kardashian comes knocking on it and wants to be with them. I mean, that's how they see people and things, and you know, they convince themselves with each new person that this is the one. They're absolutely in love. This person's going to save me. Da 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 da. You know, T.D. Jakes said it best. If you don't ever fix the things that created the marriage to end, your next relationship is going to be at that very same place. If you didn't do the work, you didn't do the inner work, you will get to the very same place. You know, unless you found another master narc and you both are master narking it out together. But yeah, I don't know why all these little triggers are coming in, and I'm making sense of, you know, we would go, you know, we were like 40 minutes away from one another, and he would be leaving the restaurant, like, or not, you know, asking me to go stay. He was living with his mom because he bought himself a condo while we separated. I mean, all the little pieces are coming together, that this had been going on for a while. And you know, I got a lot of little glimpses into that, and how uh, he did these things. He knows, he when we would separate, one of the other things that they'll do that's just so hurtful and so despicable is, you know, you're leaving them because you're saying to them, I'm not going to be treated like this. I deserve truth. You don't get to go around hiding your phone and who you're talking to and your side relation. You don't get to have side relationships when you made vows to a person. You don't get to do that. Okay? That's, go be in an open relationship. No, they're not going to do that. God, they have to be in control. So, you know, and so you get fed up and be like, no, I'm not tolerating this. I don't deserve this. I didn't sign up for this. This is not a marriage to me. A one-way operation here, where you get to go out, do whatever it is you please, and when you get home, I better shut the heck up about it. No. And in the meantime, you better not go do that to me. And each time, you know, you get fed up and you get the courage and you leave, then they try to do these things to hurt you on top of it. Like he would go and get a photo shoot done for his real estate business, having a makeup artist do his face like David Bowie, like for his real estate. Like that has anything to do, like, because I do makeup artistry, so it was just a way to be like, oh, who is he talking to? Oh, look at this. He's got this new makeup artist that he's working with, and just to get to me. You know, and I think this is where he met this girl. This makeup artist was like obsessed with him, but she's got on her page, she's engaged. They're all narcissists, these people. And then all of a sudden, her and her friend aren't talking, and you can see all this stuff like right on Instagram. You start your mind tells you the story. Instagram and Facebook tells you the story, even though they think they're being so sneaky and but he must, you know, narcissists love that. They love breaking up friendships, you know, with these two girls fighting over him, the master narc. It's just, and the lengths that you start going to try and get the truth, you know. The time wasted. Why? Because we wanted it. Because we wanted answers. And I realized, you know, 37 years of my life with these kind of people that have been in it. You know, I've watched this kind of stuff since I was a kid. With these narcissists, you're not gonna get answers as to why they behave the way they do. And I think for many of us, that's the part that's just so hard. It's like we want an explanation. We want to understand, like, why would someone do this? What? And we just finally have to say, you know what? It's none of our business anymore. It's none of our business. And just be happy. We don't have to put ourselves through that. No one should ever have to question what their partner is doing, because the partner refuses to be honest and trustworthy and faithful and loyal. There's no loyalty with these people. They sold their soul to the devil. There are two masters by which you can follow. Two. That's it. We know who they follow. And the quote unquote spiritual narcissists are the worst. I saw this with this church that I was in. The narcissism was running rampant in that place, like unbelievable. These people, and you claim that you are a follower of Jesus. My ex's favorite thing favorite card to use was, how God is a forgiving God and God knows my heart. Oh, that's right. That makes all of what you did to me okay. And you continue to tell yourself that it was okay. It's okay to do that to a person. The last thing I want to say in this video, as I'm, basically talking about things that are hitting me, just still be very guarded in who you get your advice from, because again, people that haven't been through these type of relationships are not going to be so understanding as to like why you stayed, or they're not, because they don't know this spiritual experience that happened to us, and how we can't make sense of why we did, but we yet understand how they were so good at what they did. They were so good at convincing you, because they're liars, that they want to change and they don't want to act this way. They really don't want to live like this. There might be a little part of them that really meant it, but they didn't want to do the work in getting the resources to putting in that time and effort to change. They think that they're going to do that with someone else, that someone else is going to fix their insanity and their cycle. Most of them, like I said, are addicts. That's an issue that they had before you, that they're going to continue to have, and their addictions, it's all feeding each other. Porn addiction, narcissism, alcohol addiction, narcissism, it's all the same. And unless you do the inner work in fixing that stuff, you're going to bring that on to whomever partner you're with eventually. It's not normal. It's not healthy nor normal to sit around and watch other people have sex while your partner is off at work. That's not normal. That makes that person feel like crap if they're normal. Why would you need to do that? And you know what? Read some of these articles about former porn stars and people that used to do that together as couples, and actually get what happened to them in their relationship. And it might have taken years, but it didn't last. How could it? Voyeurism in your marriage, continuous. You need that to keep your sex life healthy. It's really interesting. When the narc first met me, and I had these strong views about pornography, he had me convinced I just wasn't in love. That's what it was. And I love you, and I have no need for it anymore. I don't even watch it anymore. This is amazing. Wow. So, I don't really know what my message is this morning, but I think what I'm trying to talk about is that these triggers are going to come about after you've left and you made the decision. You're still going to have to deal with, your mind still wants to get answers. And that's so awful. How awful is that? I hope, no matter what, that my channel can reach somebody before they ever step foot into this, or so that they can realize what they were in to get out, because it's your only option. You have to save yourself. You have to save yourself from this. These people want you dead. The spirits that dwell within them are trying to kill you. And so you have to do everything you can to get out and to grow. You're not going to grow being around these kind of people. It's not going to happen. They're trying to, they want to stunt your growth. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you get better, especially after you've left them. They don't want to see that. They want to see you get worse. They want to see you fall. They want to say that they got better, that things are much better for them in their life, and your life is going down the, the crapshoot. No. You got to fight. And you got to be able to, completely disengage from what it is that they did and still continue to do to your head. And when I find myself trying to still get the truth, I have to say to myself, it's none of my business anymore. And thank God for that. I am Trace Face. It's time we all face the truth together.